I'm here speaking today with Miranda Courts, and we're talking about something that's been on a lot of people's minds, the carbon tax and the pending increase on April 1st. Miranda, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome. What can you tell me about the rally that's coming up? I know it is going on countrywide. Why did you feel necessary to join this one?
I've been an activist for many years, defending the rights of Canadians and speaking for Canadians that don't necessarily always get that voice. And I'm somebody who comes, my husband has an honest job, and I'm very blessed that I get to stay home and homeschool my child. But even like we're feeling the pinch, and I can't imagine if I'm feeling the pinch, how people, that are, minimum wage or not very high above minimum wage. I just don't even see how they could be surviving anymore. And so when this was brought to my attention from actually the East Coast, I just jumped on it. I jumped on it because we have a major border and we have the opportunity to really give a good chunk of Alberta and Saskatchewan a really big voice in Ottawa, and especially when our own MLAs and MPs and premiers aren't even being heard. There's a major break in our system when even our levels of government aren't being heard.
Yeah, I can imagine. I mean, everybody's been talking about affordability and, the cost at the grocery store. Everything has been impacted by the carbon tax.
Absolutely. It all rolls downhill, and the person who pays the most is the person at the bottom of the ladder. And that's most Canadian citizens now.
Yeah, and there is only one taxpayer.
There is only one taxpayer, the Canadian citizen.
So what can people expect at the rally on the 1st?
So this is, like you said, across the entire country. It is at all interprovincial borders. I know a lot of people have asked the question, why the borders? And as I explained to everybody, if standing at City Hall or standing at the legislative grounds or standing at Parliament with signs was going to get us anywhere, I think we would have been out of this mess a long time ago. If writing to our MPs, MLAs, and Parliament again was going to get us anywhere, that we would definitely not be in this mess, because we would never have allowed this carbon tax in the first place, right? They would have heard us right off the hop a couple years ago. And so what people can expect at these protests is single lane closure. There will be one lane closed on the right to the shoulder. Center lanes will remain open and free flow traffic on those center lanes. There will be no blockades, there will be no stopping. But if you happen to see us and you're driving through and you want any information, there will be people along the lines that will have papers that they'll happily hand to you at your window as you go by. We understand that this is going to be a huge inconvenience, especially at my location and here in Lloydminster, where we are going to be, which is just outside of Lloydminster on the east side at the old tourist booth. Where we are is a very main artery, and I understand that, and by no means do I want to upset travelers for their morning and evening commutes. We will have there is a detour option as well if you don't have the time to come through, but an inconvenience is what's needed. We're not being heard any other way, so maybe putting pressure on all levels, right, from highways to policing to city halls to MPs to MLAs and all the way up. Maybe this kind of a pressure will help the federal government start hearing the people. It just is what it is. We need to be seen, we need to be heard, and it's just time.
All right. And what time can people be watching out for you guys?
So the protest across the country will start on Monday morning at 8 a.m. local times for all locations. So for Lloydminster, 8 a.m. And this protest will go on as long as it takes.
All right. Well, Miranda, thank you so much for your time today. I do appreciate you coming in and explaining the rally to us. And of course, we'll see you on the 1st.
Absolutely. Thank you.